You're not broke. You pay your bills, you're not drowning in debt, you're not missing rent. But somehow, nothing is changing. Your savings aren't growing, your stress isn't going down, and every month feels like a reset button. And what's confusing is you're doing everything right. You got the job, you got the raise, you're being responsible. So why does it still feel like you're stuck in the same place? Here's the uncomfortable truth. There's a financial state nobody warns you about. It's worse than being broke. It's called being quietly broke. My name is Lex Money, and I spend way too much time thinking about why people with decent incomes still feel permanently stuck financially. If you're someone who earns money, works hard, and still feels like nothing is building, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we're talking about the quietly broke rule. And once you see it, you'll realize why earning more hasn't fixed the problem. Challenging the big assumption. Here's what most people believe. I'm not where I want to be financially because I don't earn enough. That sounds logical, but it's usually wrong. Most people don't feel stuck because their income is too low. They feel stuck because their income rises and their life quietly rises with it. Not dramatically, not irresponsibly, just enough to cancel progress. What quietly broke actually means. Being quietly broke doesn't mean you have no money. It means you make enough to survive, not enough to build momentum, and not little enough to trigger panic. You're in the most dangerous financial zone there is, because nothing feels urgent. And urgency is what forces change. A quick story, very real. Imagine two people. Person A earns $2,000 a month. They're stressed, they feel broke, they know something is wrong. So they budget, they track expenses, they're careful. Now person B earns $4,500 a month. They're not stressed, they're not panicking, they feel fine. But here's the catch. After rent, food, car, subscriptions, small comforts, and normal upgrades, they're saving almost nothing. Person A feels broke. Person B is quietly broke. And person B stays stuck longer. This is where it gets really interesting, because quietly broke people don't feel irresponsible. They feel normal. They're not splurging, they're not reckless, they're just upgrading life slowly. And that's the trap. The math that nobody does. Let's talk numbers. Say you get a raise, an extra $500 per month. You don't go crazy, you just move to a slightly nicer place. Upgrade your phone plan, eat out a bit more, add a few subscriptions, nicer groceries, convenience spending. That's $500. Raise gone. No savings, no progress, no improvement in security. Just a more expensive version of the same stress. Why this feels invisible. Here's what most people don't realize. Lifestyle inflation doesn't feel like inflation. It feels like relief. Finally, you don't check prices as much. You don't say no as often. You feel like you earned this. And you probably did, but your future didn't get the memo. The psychology behind it. Your brain is wired to optimize comfort, not progress. When income increases, your brain asks, how can I reduce friction in my life? Not, how can I build long-term security? So you buy convenience, and convenience is expensive. The convenience compound. Delivery fees, faster transport, premium plans, time-saving services. Individually, small. Collectively, they become a second rent. And because they save time and reduce stress, your brain defends them. This is worth it, until you realize nothing is left. Viewer objection number 1. Now you might be thinking, okay, but I need these things. Life is expensive. Yes, but expensive life is different from expanding life. One builds momentum, the other maintains comfort, and comfort is a terrible long-term strategy. Why quietly broke is worse than broke. When you're broke, you know it. You adopt, you change behavior. When you're quietly broke, you feel stable. You delay decisions. You assume it'll fix itself. It won't. The normal life trap. Most financial advice assumes you'll do something extreme. Cut everything, live tiny, hustle non-stop. Real life doesn't work like that, so people default to normal. Normal apartment, normal car, normal spending. But normal today is incredibly expensive, and normal rarely builds wealth. The paycheck illusion. Here's another mental trap. If your bills get paid and your card works, your brain assumes you're okay. But liquidity is not progress. Being able to pay bills doesn't mean you're moving forward. It just means you're not falling yet. This is the quietly broke rule. Here it is. If your income increases but your margin doesn't, you're not improving. You're stabilizing at a higher cost. And higher cost stability is fragile. One emergency breaks it. A story that hits hard. I once spoke to someone earning more than they ever had before. On paper, successful. In reality, no emergency fund, no investments, no buffer. One medical bill sent them into debt, not because they were irresponsible, because everything was already spoken for. Action step number 1. Find your margin. Margin is the difference between what you earn and what you need to live. If that number is near zero, you're quietly broke. Your goal is not luxury, your goal is margin. Action step number 2, cap your lifestyle. Before your next raise, decide in advance what percentage goes to savings, what percentage can improve life. If you don't decide first, lifestyle will decide for you, and it will take everything. Action step number 3, track comfort spending. Not spending, comfort spending. Ask, does this build future security or just reduce short-term friction? Both have value, but only one changes your life. Why this is hard, but worth it. Being quietly broke feels comfortable. Escaping it feels restrictive at first, but restriction creates margin, and margin creates options. The long-term shift. When you build margin, emergencies stop being disasters. Decisions get easier. Stress drops permanently. Not because life is cheaper, but because you have space. Final reality check. You don't need to earn double. You need to stop letting every improvement get absorbed by comfort. Progress isn't loud, but neither is being stuck. If this video made you uncomfortable, that's good. Discomfort is information. You're not behind, you're just quietly stuck. And now you know where to look. I'm Lex Money, and I'll see you in the next one.